Today we take a look at Kawai's K-300, an award-winning piano, the 48-inch home studio from Kawai, part of their professional line, an incredible instrument. We're going to take a listen to it. We're going to talk about some of the key features and what make this one of the best-selling pianos here in America. Hi, this is Patrick Marr with Alamo Music in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. Check out our new website, alamopianogalleries.com. It highlights our 9 different locations around the country, has our inventory available, and can show you where you can get your hands on some great acoustic instruments or digital pianos that are available on the market. Make sure to check that out. Again, please subscribe to this channel to check out more of our great content. We are reviewing the K series from Kawai today, the K-300 specifically, one of the best sellers because it is the entry point into their Japanese manufacturing on their upright pianos. It also is the 48-inch, which is kind of the custom upright piano that people are used to looking at and saying, oh yeah, that is what I'm looking for. I would say that whole narrative was built off of the Yamaha U1 and how the 48, there's no more famous instrument than the Yamaha U1. It's been made for many, many years. You can get a U1 from the 60s, from the 70s, from the 80s, from the 90s, all the way to today, Yamaha U1. But the K-300 is kind of Kawai's answer to Yamaha's U1. We are going to start off with a piano fact. A lot of our videos, we try to highlight a piano fact on all things piano. And today we are going to be talking about a word that comes up when you are looking at the K-300 or looking at upright pianos. And that word is, or that phrase is, speaking length. So what is the speaking length of a string? When you think about how long a string is, there's different measurements. There's, the measurement of how actually long it is, and then there's the measurement of where does it vibrate. So where are the cutoff points? Where is it going over a bridge, or where is it being pinned down in the tuning block? And usually it's measured from the A graphs, if there's A graphs, or where it kind of crosses over a bridge, or where it's going to stop vibrating. So the speaking length has a lot to do with the sound of your instrument because it is the part of the string that's vibrating. So when we look at the Kawai K-300 today, which is a 48-inch instrument, and the Yamaha U1, which also is a 48-inch instrument, they do have different speaking lengths on their first, the lowest string is your lowest bass string, that A, and how long that string is has to do with, the uninterrupted tone, the sustain of the instrument, and the longer the string, kind of the better. If you think about a 9-foot concert grand, the string length has a lot to do with how full and rich the bass tones are on that 9-foot. So the longer, the better. When you look at the U1 and the K-300, they are, the same 48 inches high. A U1 has, I think it's 46.8 inches on their speaking length. On the Kawai, it's 47.2. So it's just interesting that the angle that they have to angle the string to see how long they can fit the speaking length of a string. So not all things are equal, even if you're looking at them and they're the same exact height, there is a difference. But does that matter when you're sitting there in front of the instrument and one is responding to you and one is, not as responsive to you? That's kind of the magic of the piano world and of the instrument world. We always recommend people coming in to try an instrument because there is a lot that goes into bonding with this instrument and saying, oh, this is the full tone that I'm looking for, or this has the tonal profile, it's a little bit clearer, or this one has a little more brilliance. And there's all these words that, marketing will try to capture when you read the pamphlets that these manufacturers make. Oh, ours is the best tonally, or ours has the most clarity in the high end. And a lot of times it's like, okay, sure, whatever. But, as the player, as somebody who will be sitting in front of this instrument day in, day out, knowing those things about it, how it sounds to your ear, because your ear is also going to pick up things differently. If you've ever listened to, I don't even remember what the words are now, but they had the yanni and the other word. There's 2 words that people could hear in the playing of the same audio clip, and some people, heard one word and some people heard the other. I truly believe people interpret sound differently, just like some people are more colorblind or they lean colorblind, and we see differences in colors. So same thing with sound. If you are in the market for looking for an instrument, I think it's very, very important to not only hear the instrument and listen to the tonal profile, but also to play it and hear how it responds to you as the player. If you are a beginner and you're looking at something like a K-300, it's important to hear somebody who's played it, who's heard it, and do the research, come listen to it here in our video. And there's a lot of things that can help you arm yourself with the right decision that you want to make. The K-300 though is a 48-inch studio upright, very what's expected from a manufacturer like Kawai. Double caster wheels on each side, so easy to move around. These instruments do go to practice studios in colleges and universities. It's a very popular choice with music teachers who have studios at home and are looking for a full studio sound, because we've just all been used to hearing that 48-inch box. So it's got the 3 pedals at the bottom, your sustain pedal. The middle pedal is going to be a practice or a dampening pedal that puts a piece of felt between the hammers and the strings. So when it's striking the strings, there is a piece of felt that's going to quiet that, and it's just a way to mute the piano a little bit. The farthest left pedal is going to be it's going to be a soft pedal. It brings the hammers closer, so the striking distance is a little bit further, or a little bit closer, and so you get a little bit less dynamic range, a little bit more. You're able to control the volume a little bit more. You have the acrylic key tops on the white keys, and it's Kawai's Millennium 3 action, which is, I would say, the biggest differentiator between this instrument and others that are available. We've seen a fair share of Pearl Rivers, Rittmuller's, the Fridolian from Schimmel, and then of course you see the Boston uprights, you see the Yamaha uprights, the U1, but all these in that 48-inch box. You see them, you hear them, you play them. The biggest difference with Kawai's is their action has over 1,000 components of carbon fiber ABS, and so what does carbon fiber ABS do? It makes a stronger, more rigid feeling action. So it's more precise, it's going to last longer, and it's going to not be as susceptible to humidity and to weather changes, because it's the stress part of the action, it's the whipping cages, it's the lever, it's everything that goes on once you hit the note, the moving components, almost your engine, if you would think about it that way, translating your keystroke to the hammer striking the string. And it's trying to create a better, more fluid, smooth process, and using a new material like carbon fiber ABS, they are able to kind of capture that. That is, the Millennium 3 action is something that's been around on the upright, been around since 2006. It is it's well tried and true, and it's a fantastic instrument. If you've played any modern Kawais, you've had an opportunity to play the Millennium 3 action, please leave comments. I know it's a very hot topic on this. Feels incredible. It's awesome. It's smooth, and I haven't heard the downside of the Millennium 3 action. Is something like, if you like it, you really like it, and if it's not for you, you still can kind of see the value of it and be like, oh, that's cool, but I'm not used to it feeling like that. And so if you've tried it before, please leave comments. It is a really cool action. It's fun to check out, and it's different than a lot of the manufacturers. Mason & Hamlin now is doing a carbon fiber action in their grand pianos that are being manufactured today. And so, you see other manufacturers following suit. It's kind of a cool modern approach, like golf clubs and bicycles that were once made out of wood. There's new materials now, and they make, lighter, faster, harder tools for us to use. So let's take a listen to this K-300. Again, the 48-inch studio from Kawai. We'll take a listen to it, and then we'll come back, talk about a couple more features. So we just listened to the K-300, the 48-inch from Kawai. Just a fantastic instrument. It does also have a couple of cool features. The soft close lid, so that fingers don't get smashed with it getting, pulled down and closed. I have a 1-year-old at home, and I know that he likes to pull on. That's the first thing he grabs is pulls on the fall board to try to close my piano up. So the soft close is a nice feature to have. It does also have the double caster wheels, makes it a lot easier to roll around. You can prop the lid up, so you can have it kind of angled up, so you get a little bit more projection out of there. Again, the way an upright's designed to be played is up against the wall. If you've seen the back of an upright, it kind of looks like an unfinished instrument. When you look at the rest of it, it's all shiny black, all closes up, looks nice, and then the back looks like, oh, it's all wood, and this is the back that no one's supposed to see. It actually goes up against the wall. The soundboard produces back against the wall, and it kind of bounces back towards you. When you are looking at the back, you see the soundboard, again, solid spruce, tapered soundboard. It's got ribs in the back that kind of help hold the sound together against the grain of the wood. Contour bars, also, there's 2 contour bars on the back, which help kind of contain the sound between the soundboard and just kind of hold it. Again, it's tapered so that it is rounded, and you get a lot of projection from the soundboard. Once the strings are struck, that's going to hold the vibrations, hold the sustain, and Kawai is very big on trying to maximize the energy of your instrument. Why the more expensive Kawais you buy, the thicker the frame gets, the more they add on to hold the sound on the soundboard. And that's really important to them, is to kind of hold and capture as much tone as they can. If you've had the opportunity to play a K-300, or maybe you've played the K3, the predecessor, please leave comments. These are very popular instruments. Again, they're the entry point into made in Japan, which is a big kind of differentiator that people use to decide which upright they're looking at. The country of origin is important, the height is important, the 48 inches, but really the most important is how it responds to you. And so that Millennium 3 action really has a lot of, I would say a lot of sway when people are trying to make a decision. They're like, hey, this one does this one does that. When they sit and they play, a lot of times I see a lot of players just say, I just love the action on this. It's smoother than what I've played with this brand or with that brand. And I happen to agree with them, because I think it is a fantastic feeling playing piano, and is very responsive to the player and allows for the most dynamic control. And so how does it feel? How does it sound? What is that energy that you're getting from there? So these are all very important things. Again, also budget is something to consider. The MSRP on a K300 is over $12,000 at this point. So I think it's $12,295 or $12,925. It's up there. And of course that's MSRP. So usually there is a lower price at local dealerships around. Please come check it out if you are here local in Texas, or if you're in Kansas or Missouri. We have a Kansas City store. We have a St. Louis store. We have Columbus and Cleveland and Ohio. Outside of Detroit and Bloomfield Hills, you will find a Kawai Piano Gallery there, and you will also find one in Traverse City. So those ones are all going to be Kawai Piano Galleries, but they're part of our Alamo piano family here. And then, of course, in San Antonio or Austin, if you're around, come see us down here. We'd love to see you. But the K300, a fantastic instrument. As you move up the K series, we will be looking at the K500, the K800, and the 400 is also, it's a unique one, but the 400 fits in right here at the K300 price point. Just a little bit of a different cabinet display. So instead of the music rest being the flip down, which is what we have here on the K300, it actually has more of like a grand piano music desk that comes out from the casing. So just a little bit of a different element of design on the K400, but the same 48 inches like this K300. Please leave comments. Let us know what you think of the K300, if you've played it versus the very storied Yamaha U1. Those are kind of the two comparisons. I've gone to Yamaha trainings, I've gone to Kawai trainings. They're very much in each other's head about these two instruments, because they are their best-selling uprights. They are both fantastic values, and they both have their selling points. But please leave comments. We'd love to discuss it with you. We'd love to hear your feedback, and we'd love to help shape the conversation on which one might be right for certain buyers. Thank you guys for watching. Again, make sure you're subscribed to this channel and our other channels so you get great content. We have a great guitar channel. We have a great pro audio and synthesizer channel. We all do have a band channel as well. But we love to bring content in the instrument world. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.